Alright boys and girls, hello and welcome back to another video. Today, I wanted to go over something that I said in a previous video that I really do regret saying a little bit because I feel like it's something that I didn't really feel was true, and at the time I was just all over the place. Like, my brain the last 2 weeks has just been melted. I don't know if you guys have seen the video where I go over the fact that was the worst week of my life, but literally the day before I filmed the video in question, our mother passed away. And like, I was sleeping on the hospital floor for days, so the fact that I even bothered recording a video was my own fault entirely. Like, I'm not trying to use this as an excuse, but at the end of the day, it was my fault. I should have took more time off. I shouldn't have just gone straight into recording videos, and I was just saying random shit that didn't make any sense. And yeah, it was my bad, to be honest. So I'm not going to sit here and cry and apologize and say, oh, I did it because I was depressed, because at the end of the day, I'm not depressed. If something like this happens, obviously you're going to feel sad. Obviously you're going to be all over the place. I'm extremely blessed in the life that I live, and I couldn't do it without you guys. So I thought I'd come into this video and make up for it a little bit, because at the end of the day, my bad, you know, it's my bad. But the thing that I said is right here that I'm not happy with. Obviously, he used to be a professional skateboarder. You must have seen Jackass before,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, big fan of Jackass.
Yeah, he was in Jackass. He was the main skateboard guy in that. But I think the whole thing, like Jackass's style was that they knew they weren't the best skateboarders of all time. So in order to stand out from the crowd, they were doing like crazy stunts alongside things and stuff, right? So it wasn't just about the skateboarding. Because people like Steve-O, Bam, they knew they weren't the best of the best when it came to skateboarding. So, the thing that I said that I'm not happy with was right there. Basically, I went and said that I lumped Bam in with the whole Steve-O, Chris Pontius, and all that crowd. Like, don't get me wrong, those guys are decent at skateboarding, but I said in that video that Bam wasn't really that good at skateboarding, even though he was a full-on professional skateboarder. I do say that later on in this video, but I think most people clicked off after they saw this first bit where I said that. And in my eyes, I was completely wrong there. Like, Bam was obviously a legit pro. I have no idea why I even said it. I think I was just thinking about the whole Jackass crew as a whole. But yeah, my mind was all over the place, for especially that day. I mean, that was like the day after it happened. But yeah, so what we're going to do in this video is we're going to go through and watch some of Bam's oldest clips just to re-educate and remind ourselves of how good he used to be back in the day. And don't get me wrong, right? The topic of that video was Bam faking photos in 2024. I still do think that some of the photos were edited to be exaggerated. Obviously, a few people have come forward and said that they were the photographer in that, so I will put my hand up and say that I was likely wrong about some of those photos, and I did say in the video that I'm not 100% sure on these and that it's speculation. But at the end of the day, some of them had some very damning evidence, like grid lines and stuff, so I suggest you watching that video if you do want the other information on that. But other than that, there's not much else I have to say about that video apart from just my bad for saying that about Bam. He was obviously extremely good back in the day, and not to be lumped in with the likes of Steve-O and whatnot, who are also decent skateboarders, but nowhere near the level that Bam was. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into the Elementality thing here. And also one more thing I need to say is, obviously, I'm not a Bam hater. I grew up watching Bam. A lot of you guys thought I was like Gen Z and that I didn't know anything about it, but I'm like nearly 30 years old. I'm 30 at the end of next year. So I've been watching Bam for nearly 20 years now, since I first started skateboarding when I was like 11. So I've known about it. I was just being a fucking idiot at the time. Simple as that. So let's go on to this Elementality Volume 1, hit the full screen, and watch it. Let's go. Christ. No way. Bro, I don't think I've actually ever seen this one, to be fair. But yeah, my man's just taking out his shin heavy. Look at the state of that. Christ alive. Oh my days.
There's a hole in there. There's not a
There's
hole.
a hole.
It's just
Rad.
All right,
Jesus,
we're getting
heavy power
exclusive
slides.
bro cam footage right now. You assholes think that I have a real Ferrari? Hell no. Why would I do that? I just get a Fiero engine put in it. Just so long as you play Turbo Negro's Sailor Man, I'll skid out so hard with this for the bro cam. Bro cam exclusive.
I will say it's great that Bam's kind of sorted himself out recently, but he did get arrested and put in jail for a DUI like 2 days ago. So hopefully it doesn't start going back the other way. Obviously this video is going to get demonetized from music, but who cares?
Also hands up, also strong. Tell the show that this ain't short. All night long. I see the light everywhere.
See, my man whips. Leaning Tower of Pizza.
Keep your eyes, you're a sailor man. Oh, sailor man, look for the land. Oh, sailor man, come take my hand. Oh, sailor man, take me along.
Okay, yeah. After seeing stuff like this, man, I can see why you guys were so pissed off at me. Like, oh god, man, why the fuck did I say that? But yeah.
Oh, sailor man, I sure hope you don't drown. Fuck it! I don't know how you show up, me can't tell. You don't know where from New York to New York, but we can't get to bars. I saw my house instead. No reason how you lost. Oh, sailor man, don't fall.
Fuck it, man.
Oh, sailor man, come take my hand.
You can fry some eggs on this bitch and have breakfast.
R.I.P. Phil, man. We miss Phil.
Look how hot that is. See?
Please take my hand. Oh, that's how my sailor man. Next time I'm looking for in my house.
my God.
Tender sailor man.
Like, how did I end up making that shit? You don't have to say what you did. I already know. I heard it from him. That's fucking random.
That's random.
Nice and power 567. Oh, I fucking love that trick, man. I love the 50-50, 180 back to 50-50. As someone who's tried that in my new trick series, because I try to learn 100 new tricks every year, right? This year I'm on trick number 90, and recently I tried the 50-50, 180, 50-50. And that is deceptively hard to keep the 50-50 so, like, over the top of the coping that you can do it. Like, if you guys want to see what tricks I've been learning, you can find them all on my Instagram, because, yeah, I've done 190 in the past year and a half, so there's some inspiration on there if you're thinking about learning some new stuff. Decent backside 180. Clean backside kick too. I remember back in the day, Bam used to be like the king of dropping in on huge stuff. Like some of the jump off, like the jump off the building part, it's got some serious bangers. The longest firecracker in history. Oh. Nice nollie flip. And another thing I had to say, sorry to keep pausing it, is like one of my signature tricks that I do all the time, that like whenever someone sees me from an old skate park or from a different skate park and they're like, oh, Webz, do the one, it's always the tray flip rock. And you know where I got the tray flip rock from? Bam Margera. He did it in one of his video parts, like one of the video segments in, I think it was Tony Hawk's Underground 2 or Tony Hawk's Underground, where he was skating like a little mini ramp in the production warehouse doing tray flip rocks. And when I saw that, I was like, dream trick, gonna have to learn that. Learned it at like 16, and still to this day, it's one of my go-to tricks for like a game of skate or if I want to do something cool in a new ramp or something. So yeah, I've taken a lot of inspiration throughout my own skateboarding from Bam Margera. I'm not just some guy who's like talking shit on the internet. I actually have watched him for years, so I'm actually quite pissed off at myself that I said what I said. But I'm going to stop going on about it now because I feel like I'm being a little bitch. So let's carry on. That's some clean ones right there. Huge fakey biggest spin. See, and another impressive thing is like the diversity in how much different stuff he skates. Like bowls, pools, street, mini ramp. Like mini ramp's some of my favorite, but I wouldn't take those tricks to a pool like this man does. Yo, I was at that skate park recently. That's in London. That's Stokes, and that wall, that ramp to wall, is actually a lot harder because that ramp is super mellow. So that looks a lot easier than it is. I swear there's only been like 15 skateboarders that have ever done the loop-de-loop. But yeah, anyway, that's Baum's part. Obviously, I was completely wrong about what I said. And to be honest, I feel like an idiot for saying it. So I thought I'd make this video just to clear the air and clear my own conscience, if anything. So anyway, that's the end of this one, guys. If I say something else stupid in the future, definitely call me out because sometimes I need that to see that I was being a fucking idiot. So anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.